Magic Shop, Joshua Lantiegne, now on Rough Edge FM.
Hey, did you like how I did that? My name got called, and then my picture went up, and then your name got called, and your picture went up?
I didn't see anything.
Really? You missed the whole thing?
I missed the whole thing.
That was like quality production right there.
I was going to say, do you need more practice? Because I didn't see a darn thing.
Wow. Yeah, there's always room for practice.
I suppose.
So, yeah, as a magician, we all know that.
For you.
You have hope for me?
I have hope for you.
Good. So we are live on Facebook, as well as YouTube, I believe. Yes, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. 2 channels for the price of one. And we are also on StreamYard. Not StreamYard, sorry. We are on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, Amazon, all sorts of good things.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
You're having to tell these people what we're live on when they're listening to us and watching us right now. Hey, just in case you didn't know, you're looking at us on Facebook and YouTube. Just in case you guys were confused as to where we are. Or you're listening to us on Spreaker or iHeartRadio.
It's kind of like putting something up on your Facebook and saying, visit us online and put in your web address.
Yeah.
When they're already there.
I know.
Wow. I feel stupid now. Thank you.
Try to do that.
So Fred Blanco was going to be joining us once again, but he did not show up.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I tried to call him because he hooked us up with our next guest, which I'm really excited about because normally when we interview magicians, and it's the same old stuff. It's how'd you get started in magic? Oh, I got a magic kit for Christmas.
So your story on repeat.
Yeah, my story on repeat. But today we are actually going to be looking at it from the perspective of a magician's assistant, because we all know it's the assistant who does all the work.
Yeah. So, I mean, now we get to know how the magic actually happens.
Yeah, because we're clueless.
That are doing it.
We stand out there and just kind of wave our hands and all the magic's happening inside the box, and we don't have a clue as to what's going on.
See, now, they always say the assistant is the pretty face, but I think it's the other way around. The magician's the one who has to have the pretty face, because the assistant's the one doing all the darn work, like you just said. That's where I think people get confused.
Well, here we are today because not only do we have a magician's assistant on, but we also have a pretty face. Not you or I. She's got a pretty face.
Is that another stab for what I was doing to you?
And by the way, we look like twins over here.
Well, it's the point of a work shirt, but I was going to say you're missing a few whiskers if you want to be a twin.
Yeah, and you forgot to color your beard.
I'm too young for that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am going to bring her on because I got lots of questions, and so
who is her?
Who's her?
Yeah, who's her?
The magician assistant, or the magician's assistant.
Does her have a name?
Yeah, she does, but I noticed with a magician's assistant, they never have a name. It's always, this is my assistant. Today we are going to break that mold.
Let's do it.
Today we are going to break the mold because we are going to introduce Brittani Prenger. Hey, Brittani.
Hi, Brittani.
Hi.
How you doing? Are we getting feedback?
Good.
Okay.
Oh, there I am.
Are we getting a little delay?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, you are all the way over in Vegas and we're in California, so that's a long ways for those horses to go running over and, transfer this data.
So long.
Yeah. So, all right, I got to ask, how is it that you even became to become a magician's assistant? Because I looked at your Facebook page and you seem to be like interested in everything. In fact, I think if you would have put stuff that you don't like, it would have been a shorter list than the stuff that you do like.
Probably. Yeah.
So you're a puppeteer. You're an actress.
Yes.
It looks like you do modeling. Are you a dancer?
Yeah.
Okay, see? I mean, it's like everything. So did you one day wake up and said, "Hey, you know, I never added magician's assistant to the list," or so what drove you to that?
Kind of, but not a little different. I was actually working for a party company, and one of the was a magician, and he needed an assistant, and I started working with him, but we never ended up doing any shows. Nothing kind of happened with that, and then things kind of. Yeah, we did a lot of rehearsals, and we practiced a lot of things, but no shows. And then that's a whole story on its own. But I ended up leaving from that because it was kind of a not good situation.
Well,
And
I'll fill in that
basically
void.
I gave that, huh?
I said I can fill in that void because this is how I met my wife. So after you're done, I'll tell you exactly what happened.
I couldn't understand that because it was lagging really bad.
Oh no. So you continue and I'll fill in after.
Okay, now it's not. Wait, it might not be lagging now.
All right. So go ahead and finish. So you were with this guy. Oh, I think we lost her. Could this be our internet or could it be her internet?
I don't know.
So I was going to complete the story for her because I know exactly where that went because that is how I met your mother.
I know.
And we did a lot of rehearsing.
And she's the one who trapped you.
No, I trapped her.
Yeah, that's what she said. You know what she told me? She told me that that's exactly what she wanted you to think. See, she's again, it's the magician's assistant who does all the work and does all the tricks.
So
and she ended up doing all the work and doing the big old trick, and she even fooled you.
hey, she's back. She disappeared.
Ta-da!
That was a fantastic magic trick.
Thank you.
So you left this guy, and so I'm gonna fill you in on my story a little bit and how I met my wife, which is gonna exactly complete the story that happened to you with this guy. So continue. So now, who are you working with now?
So right now I'm working with a magician. His name is William Draven, and he's based in Las Vegas, but he does stuff everywhere. We actually met because we both worked at the haunt called Dark Harbor in California on the Queen Mary.
Oh, very cool. We've been there.
Okay. He was the magician there. And I started working there in 2015, and that's how we met. And we became friends, and I started doing small things with him here and there. And then we've been talking about doing bigger shows for a while, and we just never really did. And then COVID hit, and we were like, what a good opportunity that this might be, even though COVID was bad and, shut everything down. So we were like, oh, let's, he started buying a bunch of illusions, and I moved out here. And so now, we're going to try to get things going a little bit more.
Very cool. Now, is he the one that's in the box on your Facebook page on the glass? Okay.
Yes.
Let me finish your first story, because when I met my wife about 30 years ago, back in actually 2 years before you were born. So I met her, and I needed an assistant. So I saw her and I was like, oh, wow, she's cute. So I asked her if she would be an assistant. She said yes. And during the whole time we've been rehearsing, I was pursuing her to, because she was cute. But I was 5 years older than her. So she's like, no, you're too old. I just want to do the magic. I don't want to get into a relationship. Just let me do the magic. And so she kept pushing back, and I kept rehearsing. And then I would change the rehearsal so that we'd have to do dance numbers, or we'd have to do picking up off the box, all that kind of good stuff. And after about 4 months of rehearsals, she finally agreed to go on a date with me. And I asked her, I said, what took you so long? And she said, because I knew if I said yes to dating you, I'd be saying yes to marrying you.
Oh.
So see, ours ended in marriage. Yours ended in I'm going to Las Vegas. So
win both ways, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So
Go to Vegas.
So we just got somebody who came in. I'm going to hook him up with a StreamYard so that he can come on. But in the meantime, Brittany, you can't see him yet, but say hi to Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
Good. How are you? It's been a while.
It has been a while. Good for you. Things are going well, huh?
Well, we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna get Fred hooked up on his phone so he can actually participate in this party. But now, so you're actually doing illusions.
Yes.
Yeah, and have you ever done anything like this before?
Rehearsals with I did a couple illusions back a few years back when I was working with the other magician, but not now. I've learned way more.
So you said like the whole contortionist thing, and like how on earth does somebody even possibly remotely might even fit there, all that kind of stuff.
So I mean, funny thing is I'm not that flexible. I am probably like the weirdest choice for a magician's assistant because I'm flexible to an extent, but I can't contort my body to fit into like that small of spaces. But I can learn how to fit into certain things. It might be different than other assistants, but I make it work. I fit.
Yeah.
My thing is, if I fits, I sits. So I find a way. I'm like a cat.
Oh, there you go. It's funny because one time we went down, my wife and I went down to Hollywood Magic, which was right near the where they do it was on Hollywood Boulevard, so hence its name. But we went into the magic shop and they got this new illusion in, and so I had asked Julie if she could try it, so she came down with me, and she got into the box, and it was one of these geometrics one where there's a triangle that goes in and a circle and all that kind of stuff. So she gets in the box, and we proceeded to have a 20-minute conversation outside of the box, trying to figure out, well, is this really the right illusion? Should we be doing something different? And then all of a sudden we hear this knock coming from the box and this voice going, hey, guys, can you like do this later and just let me out, please? We completely forgot that she was still in. So she was sitting there like all contorted, and it was kind of like, wow, that was not cool. So
it happens.
Brittany, I don't know if you were able to hear it, but we were going on, I think a little bit before you were on the video stream, saying how the magic actually happens with the assistant. And how it's not necessarily that the assistant is just the pretty face. It's the magician who has to have the pretty face. Because the assistant's making all the magic happen. I mean, To be perfectly honest, we just
Hey,
wave our
Josh.
fingers.
Have you seen our faces?
Well, I know that's our problem.
Any of these faces look pretty?
Hey,
Wait.
my wife seems to think it's unpretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go with what she says.
Oh, cool. So
That is.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, that I was gonna just bounce off of that, but with a lot of the illusions, a lot of the illusions, it is the assistant that does 90% of the work, and the magician just kind of is the assistant.
Yeah,
Not for all.
Isn't it ironic though that we get like the standing ovation, like, "Oh my gosh, that was incredible," and you're like brushed off, going, "Okay, go get the next box and let me get my glory." So, Fred, have you? Are you not connecting? Okay.
Is that it? Is that what we want to do?
Kinda.
I'm not exactly sure what.
We got to go a little further though.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna say Fred, and we're gonna enter you into the studio.
Oh, I thought. That,
Technologically
there
challenged.
you are.
Okay, so Fred, mute your mic because we don't want to,
Okay.
and your volume.
So am I just using the phone? I'm not worried about.
No, don't use the phone at all. So mute your mic and your volume on your phone. Turn your volume down. There we go.
How about that?
That is beautiful.
Okay. It's the first time I've done that. So
here is Fred.
walked in.
So Fred, we see a great shot of your chest. I would love to see your face.
Let me. Okay. This is. I just walked into. How about that? Is
that
good
is
okay.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, is as good as it'll get.
Are you sure your phone is muted, Fred? Because I'm still hearing stuff.
How about that?
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe. Brittany, do you hear an echo at all?
A little bit.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, well, Fred is figuring that out. Oh, he just left. We'll just let him. We know what Fred looks like now. We'll just go by voice at this point. So if Fred wants to peek over, he can come peek over on my camera.
Yeah, you don't need to see me.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Yeah.
We did. We saw you for a little bit,
Yeah, that's good enough.
and our viewership just everybody just left.
Yeah,
it was
just burn that in your brain.
Yeah, I'm kind of mean to Fred. I shouldn't be mean. He's been really gracious to us. So so Brittany, have you guys actually performed yet?
We did a Halloween event last year. On top of everything that I do, I'm also president of a theater company back in California, and we just started during COVID, and we did a drive-in Halloween event that was COVID compliant. And Draven came out from Las Vegas to perform, and I don't know if you're familiar with the Sword Box.
Yes, I have one.
Oh, great. We did the Sword Box 11 times in one night in 4 hours, or like 3 or 4 hours. It was
wow.
It was awful. I couldn't walk the next day. I learned my lesson that I should not be shoved into a sword box 11 times in one night. So that was fun. Yeah.
So here's something you can tell you might want to think about adding into the act. Add a costume change to the sword box.
Okay.
I did that with one person, and we actually was at a Halloween store. So in our facility, we had rented to a Halloween store, and what we ended up doing was during the store was we had shows running, so people could come in and see the magic show. And he had a worker that he was like, hey, could you use her in the show? I said, that'd be perfect. We'll put her in the sword box, but let's do a costume change so that she goes in as one character and comes out as like another. And so add that and do that in the sword box 11 times.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, not 11 times. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit of a challenge. But it wasn't hard for me at all.
Oh, of course, right? I know. Stab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to make it look like you're getting hurt. Now,
right? Yeah.
Have you ever gotten hurt in a prop?
Not yet, knock on wood. I am accident prone. So it is like, I've had like bruises, like bumps and bruises and like a minor little scrape, but nothing serious, like knock on wood. I'm accident prone for sure.
And you ride a horse. That's great.
So since I just walked in, Brittany, how long have you been working with a magician? I don't know what the backstory is.
Do you really want us to go back through the whole backstory?
How about just months?
I'll just do this.
Yeah,
the short answer. Yeah. I did magic a while ago with someone else. Nothing. It didn't really work out, and so now I'm with a new magician, and we kind of have been practicing for like a year on and off. More recently, the last couple months, we've really been like nailing down stuff to. We're putting together a show so we can film it and then submit to find a location for a show. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we are a production company as well. So if you need someone to fill it, I'm always up to going out to Vegas. So
awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
So,
come see the show.
You might have a hard time getting me off the blackjack table, but no.
I thought about being a dealer too. So
really, well, that's illegal. So I'm glad you didn't do that. So
right, yeah. Oh no,
wrong dealer. Oh wait, Vegas cars. Okay,
not that kind of dealer.
So Joshua and I have this father-son kind of relationship, but he's the father and I'm the son. We've kind of reversed roles. So he's always like, Dad, stop. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry for my father. Wait, I have to unmute you, Josh. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I was going to say he plays the perfect role for an 80s sitcom where it's like, oh, Dad, oh.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me. Oh.
So
Except
he
I'm hearing him more often because the embarrassment is somewhat inappropriate.
Yeah, but so yeah, there was
the excuse.
What's that?
I said you're getting old. That's your only excuse.
Yeah, that's the great thing about age, though. The older you get, the more you get away with. So I'm looking forward to being like 70 years old because
there's nothing you can't do.
My great grandma lived to be 104, and she could get away with anything. Like
wow.
She would like if she went to the store and she like fell over and the firemen came, she'd be like, I just did it for the boys. I wanted to see the cute firemen. So yeah, you can get away with a lot.
You can be cantankerous, but you're still going to be cute.
My wife used to work for a nursing home and in the Alzheimer's ward. So if you're old and you have Alzheimer's, it's even better. Because these old guys used to chase her around and they'd pinch her butt and do all this kind of stuff. And she's like, now, Popeye, stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
But darn well he didn't have Alzheimer's.
I was going to say, you can be old and not have Alzheimer's and say you have Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And get away with anything. Yeah.
I tried doing that now. Now they just look at me and like, yeah, it doesn't quite pass.
Try do it. Okay, we got to go and scratch that one off of the list there.
Alzheimer's?
No, I tried to do that now. I'm like, okay, hold on. Back that one up right now. Don't say that on air. We're live.
Oh yeah, shoot! I just gave up the gig. Darn. Yeah, because Brittany, there was one picture on your Facebook page that I promised Joshua I will not go there.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Be inappropriate and
Wait,
no.
you lagged a little bit, so I missed what picture
Oh,
it was.
too bad. That's okay. Well, I'll talk to you about it out there.
Oh,
I don't know.
one of those pictures.
Yeah.
Body paint.
I don't know if the guys asked you this or not, but how much creative input do you have when you guys are working on the illusions together at this point?
I mean, Draven gives me a lot of creative input. We actually come up with themes like for what we want to do, and he listens to my ideas, and we work together and we come up with whatever the best idea is. That's what we go with. So we're more of a team rather than like I don't just follow everything that he says. Like he's great. He's really great at like asking, my opinion and taking some of my like advice and opinions.
Oh, that's great. So would you ever see yourself going into developing your own act, down the road, aside from
You mean becoming the magician?
right, the magician?
Ah.
Yeah, because that happens quite a bit. I mean,
If
we
you-
I
don't.
don't
We
know
don't.
if I'd ever want to be a magician.
Just saw her face. That was.
I'm I'm like, oh no. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy magic. I like doing it. But I'm not I don't know if I'd ever want to do like actually be the magician. I think I prefer the assistant.
Going in the box.
It's the
Yeah,
one who makes all the magic happen.
That's right. So Fred's really good about keeping us on task. I mean, it's like I'm like, oh, look at the butterfly. And Josh and Fred are like, no, Dad, this is magic talk. This is,
Oh, is that what this is? I just walked into the room and I thought,
oh yeah. No, Fred, we're actually live. We're doing a show.
Oh, are there people listening? Oh.
So,
Oh man, that's kind of
we have one question from a listener, and they want to know, what was the scariest thing you've ever done? And I guess maybe, I guess maybe that could be like anything, because you have this laundry list of stuff. So
you're very specific as to
no,
what you're talking about.
they weren't. So what was one of the scariest things you've ever done?
I jumped out of an airplane.
Oh, that's not
And
scary.
That was actually my first test. That was my very first.
Yeah, I actually during COVID too. It was recently.
So
But it
life
wasn't
was
necessarily. Yeah, but it wasn't like that scary. The scariest, I couldn't breathe like halfway down the fall because like the pressure like of the air just coming at you at like 120 miles an hour. Like the free fall was the worst, and then by the time we stopped the free fall, I was just like I was like, I'm gonna pass out. Like it was intense, and I didn't I may or may not ever do that again. I'm not sure.
was that tandem or solo? Was that with an instructor?
It was tandem, like definitely not solo.
I was just gonna say, if this was during COVID, how do you social distance doing tandem jumps?
Oh, jeez.
Right.
That does seem a little impossible.
Yeah, here we're gonna
We
put
have
this
to
cord
wear-
on you so you're 6 feet away.
We did wear masks like up until the jump, and then the instructors all kind of have their own like face wrappings, but they were like, we don't have stuff for you guys, so like they were masked, and then like they were kind of like, it's not, you're gonna be, we're not really gonna be, we're falling, and then as soon as we land, like you're off and you can put your mask back on. So like there was ways they definitely followed guidelines. Like it was still a good thing, but it was fun, and it was more during a time where like things were lighting, like they were kind of like lighting up a little bit, and we thought that everything was going back to normal. It was like during that time, but everyone was still wearing their masks. But yeah, it was interesting, but we did have, because we had scheduled it and then they had to change it because COVID hit, so we had to like move our jump, and then we went and it was cloudy, so they had to reschedule. We had to reschedule like twice, so that was, it built up the anxiety.
I was going to say that's a sign that says, "Hey, don't do this."
You know, he's just one up in you, Dad. I know you jumped off the stratosphere, but
I did.
out of an airplane. I mean,
That was awesome. Yeah,
I want to do that.
I jumped off the outside of the stratosphere.
Wow. How do you do that? Do they give you
Nice.
Just,
kind of a net? Do you land in a net or something? Or
oh, that'd be cool.
Wow.
I mean, it's Vegas. I mean, who cares?
Yeah. So, did you ever hear in Vegas, you know, the ride that's on the stratosphere where the chairs go out over the stratosphere and then it tilts back up and it goes back down and then it reclines?
No, but that's pretty awesome.
Okay, so they have that ride and it's triggered if it gets too windy, it's triggered to shut down so that it won't, because it can't do it during high winds.
Right.
I had a friend that was one of the ones that got stuck on the ride when it was all the way out for like 2 or 3 hours. he was one of the guys that was stuck because the winds picked up and it got really strong and gusty. So the ride shut down. And so they were like this off the stratosphere for about 2 or 3 hours before they could get it back. Could you imagine that? I would have lost my lunch.
So what did they give him a t-shirt at the end of it? Like, hey, sorry, here's some merch.
No, they gave him a free ride. They got to come back.
Oh, good for him. A free ride. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you know that thing that almost killed you?
You
come back, do it again.
Times, yeah.
But
wait, so with you
I jumped.
You parachuted off.
No, I free falled.
You free falled.
So they attach you to a harness with a cable, and you walk off this ramp. It's like the pirate thing. I noticed that you did a pirate thing too, Brittany. You're the pirate queen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. That's right.
Yeah. See, she did that too. So you walk off this ramp like on a pirate.
I did
one show.
I did one show before COVID hit. I did one. I had all my rehearsals, and I did one show, and then COVID hit.
Nice.
Show is what counts.
COVID.
Yeah, own it.
Yeah, it does. It counts. Oh yeah, I love that show. Pirates Dinner Adventure is great. Super fun.
Yeah, that is fun. So we jump off. You got the cable. You free fall, and about 3/4 of the way down, the cable starts to get a little tension on it, so that by the time you get to the bottom, you land on your feet. But for 3/4 of it, you're free falling.
Wow.
So,
and how much was that?
I think it was $100.
Oh, it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, at that point, it
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'd be the guy that they'd go, I'm sorry, sir, you weigh too much. So that'd be sad. Yeah.
Oh, so how long ago was this?
My brother and I did it. So I think it was about 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was around the time when you got your vows renewed, wasn't it?
I got my valves renewed.
Vows.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, what? I got valves? Was that like a colonoscopy or something?
you have valves in your colon?
Yes, that was the case of jumping off the stratosphere. So you cleaned out real quick. That's
yeah.
You can do anything. I mean, what can't you do? You can
still
eat a
can't
deer
do murder.
while it's alive. You can't?
No.
Well, that's what you say.
All right. So, Brittany, one of the things that was on your Facebook page is that you were a puppeteer. So, give me some information on that one. So, is that like a ventriloquist, or is it doing the puppets with your lips moving?
Yeah, like Sesame Street. Or
I haven't. I haven't tried ventriloquism yet. I would like to kind of try it out. I'm kind of starting to learn. But I mostly do the puppetry where you see the puppet, where like it's just the puppet. Or like one of the first things that I did Because I've been like, since I was a kid, I would love to make my animals like talk to each other, like my stuffed animals, and I would pretend they were real and stuff. And because I wasn't allowed to go outside, so I couldn't play with friends. So I had to like, because my 100 and my I was raised by my great grandma who was in her 80s, and she didn't want me playing with the neighbors because she thought they were all like bad kids, and she was like, "You're not going to be a bad kid, so you're staying inside." So like, and which was fine, but being an only child, like that gets lonely, and you know, she didn't want to play with me, so I'd play by myself. So that kind of brought that into my life, which I didn't even realize until I was older. Because I picked up I've been doing theater like a long time, and I sing and I do musicals, and so I got cast in Avenue Q, which is like the Sesame Street. It's like a rated R Sesame Street musical. It's great.
It's a really good musical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's great. If you haven't seen it, check it out definitely. But I got cast in that, and I immediately just like took to the puppet really easily, and they were like, "Wow, you're like a natural." And then that kind of sparked like, maybe I should try this. And so since then I've done quite a few like things here and there. I've done a lot of shorts with one of my friends, Drew Berg. He's got like a puppet channel, and he does a lot of stuff. And I worked at the Aquarium of the Pacific for a little bit. And I've worked, I was at South Coast Plaza. I did a puppeteer thing for that. I really can't say what it was, because if there's children watching, I don't want to, I don't know who watches the show. So I'll just say I was a certain puppeteer animal thing at South Coast Plaza during the springtime. If you catch where I'm going with that. And it was like a 2 foot tall, and I would be sitting watching a screen and talking as that, and it was very fun, and I loved doing that. But yeah, I've done a lot of things here and there. I'm trying to think of what else. Lots of. I love puppetry. That's a big passion for me. Is puppets.
By the way, being a ventriloquist today is incredibly easy because we're all wearing masks, so you can't see your lips move anyways.
Now you have your
that is so true.
You have your in now, so you just have to go and do that, and then
Yeah,
the nerves up.
just tell them you're wearing a mask for COVID, so they'll never see your lips move.
Actually,
Fred's over here going, "That's brilliant."
I'll take it.
Oh wait, are we getting a puppet? Oh, hi.
Hello there.
What's your name?
I'm Sally.
And how old are you?
I'm 12.
You're
And I
12.
sell Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I love the mint chip cookies.
It's Thin Mints.
Thin mint cookies.
Those are my favorites.
Aren't they? Aren't they awesome?
They should be everyone's favorite.
I love
See,
those
now-
ones.
I have not seen. I didn't see Brittany's lips move at all.
You're doing wonderful.
Oh,
Can you drink?
She's not on camera.
Well, I mean, her lips aren't moving because Brittany's not talking. You said Sally?
Oh no,
Sally's
it's Sally. Yeah,
Sally's talking.
Brittany's not talking at all. I don't even know where she went. She's somewhere around here, but I don't see her anywhere.
Now, are you a
Okay,
magician's assistant as well?
Oh no. I'm too afraid to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I am too. That's why I'm the magician.
Oh, you're a magician?
Yeah.
So awesome.
Want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
How are you doing that? What? I can't look at this anymore. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Nice.
I can't look at this anymore.
I know you can't. Fred's like, wait a minute. I'm not looking at this. What the heck? No,
We'll
He'll
show you the footage later, Fred.
I'm moving.
you'll have to watch the video.
yeah.
But that was cool. So you do that very well. And I didn't see your hand, and I did not see your lips move. So
Oh,
It was perfect. So now, how many illusions does this magician you're working with have?
A lot now. We've acquired quite a few. He's purchased a lot during COVID. We probably have about like 15 to 20 different things.
So he's
yeah,
going.
we've got we're yeah, we're working on like 5 or 6. Like right now we're rehearsing like 5 or 6 of the big ones. Yeah, that's kind of what we're working on.
Have you done a levitation?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it's that's definitely one. Yeah, it's on the list. He was gonna get a stool levitation, but that fell through, so we didn't end up getting that one. But we definitely that's like the next thing that we're kind of looking for is definitely a levitation thing.
So I did a levitation called Lighter Than Air when I was back east. I got it when I was 16 years old. And it was all self-contained, so you could pack it up and move it to go wherever. You could do it outside if you wanted to. The person would levitate to about 6 feet high. And there was only, I think, about 6 of these things made. So now we're in California about 40 years later. And this woman walks into the magic shop and she's like, yeah, my uncle was a magician. I said, oh, that's cool. What's his name? And so she gives me his name. And she said, yeah, he was a creator too. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, he developed this thing called Lighter Than Air. And I went, wait, what? Wait, hold on. So all the way from like New Hampshire, I meet this woman who happened to be the very first illusion and levitation that I ever had.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And her uncle was the creator of it. And he only made.
Wow.
So. Yeah, small world.
That's crazy.
It's a small world. Okay, sorry. That's going to be in everybody's head now. So I'm not a singer. But Brittany, do you have time to hang on for a little bit? Because we're going to do a segment called, what is it called, Josh?
Well, it's my favorite thing. What?
No, we're not doing PCA yet.
Oh, come on.
Okay, we'll do PCA and then we're going to do item of the week.
Okay.
So during COVID, all right. So during COVID, we actually became designers. We developed our own magic, and so we now have some products that we're releasing. Yeah. So COVID caused a lot of creativity to come out of people because they couldn't hang out, so they started picking up stuffed animals and making them talk and stuff. All right.
Sound like a dig.
Yeah. All right. This is Joshua's favorite segment. So I gotta. Oh, you know what, Josh? I didn't line it up for that. I lined it up for the other one. But here you go, Josh.
Go ahead. The other one. It's fine. Break my heart.
No. It's starting. Don't talk over it. You're gonna miss it all. Here we go.
There is an outbreak among us. It is limited to only a small portion of our population. They have a sickness. They have an addiction. They collect bicycle playing cards, which is bad for them, but great for us because we have almost 500 decks of playing cards to choose from. They'll go crazy in here. They'll spend every last penny This is their story. This is Playing Cards Anonymous here on Magic Talk.
Okay, now, Josh, before you go solo, Brittany, I don't know if you've ever gone to like an AA meeting or anything like that, but this is kind of like that. It's for addicted people to playing cards. So go ahead, sir. Just please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Josh, and I'm a playing card addict.
Hi, Josh. So, Brittany, you got to play along.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. No, we got to come on. We got to do this together. The whole crowd at an AA meeting can say the same thing together. Why can't 3 people? All right, let's try that again. Say it again, Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm a playing card addict.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Oh, yeah, Brittany's got to be all by herself. There you go.
I'm lagged.
She's got 3 seconds or like a second of lag behind her, so she said it perfectly on.
There you go.
She didn't say
All
it.
right. Well, here you go, Josh. The platform is yours. You're solo.
Okay, so well, actually, I wanted to go over one of the brand new decks that we got in. It's called Koi, and it's a deck of cards that is a white deck of cards that we're going to be opening fresh. Actually, feels really good to open up a deck of cards fresh. And this deck has an all-white back. You guys can see that. And it's white and gold, which is actually a really nice color combination that I like. Let's see. I'm finding out all this stuff right with you guys. It was just one thing that we picked up from Murphy's Magic that it looked really good, and I definitely wanted to give them a try. And actually, they are very, very smooth. They farrow, or not farrow, excuse me. They fan like butter. I'm able to dribble them really well, and the spring on them is very, very nice. And let's actually figure out my favorite move. Let's figure out if they farrow very good. Actually, it's one thing that will be a deciding factor over here. And if you go into it, actually, the farrow is very nice. It's it farrows not as good as what would we go and compare it to, the Jerry's Nuggets or the Gold Seal Richard Turners, but it still holds up to it. It's not blocky like some of the other cheapo decks. Good thing too, because this isn't a cheapo deck. A nice thing with it actually comes with a double back right here. It also comes with a blank face and 2 identical jokers, which is very nice. I actually really like it. It feels pretty good. And I like the design of it too. For all those who can see, the white and the gold looks really nice.
Oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
I'm never done. This is my favorite segment. This is the one time I get to talk the most. The rest of it is you.
Wow.
Beer time.
We don't sound bitter, do we? So, hey, look, you're on the left side now.
Brittany, do you have a favorite deck of cards? Please say yes.
I do actually.
Oh, you do?
I do. I don't know where it is right now.
It's
But I have it's a horse deck. Horses are my favorite animals. Love horses, and it's just got it's a deck of cards with a bunch of horses on them. And I got it from like this. I've never seen another one anywhere else, but I got it from this like Western shop one time, and I saw it, and I was like, I have to have this. I've got like 10 decks of cards laying around. I don't have like I know some people that have like walls of cards, but
So don't worry, you'll catch up.
I'm getting there. I'm catching up.
We have walls of cards. I thought you were going to say it was Chippendales, but
Come on.
I'll go with the horse. Well, it's a deck of cards.
Did you just embarrass him? Did your son just get embarrassed?
Oh, my son gets embarrassed by me all the time.
That's a regular occurrence.
He's forever apologizing for me. So
good for you, Jim. That was nice.
I know. I don't have to apologize about anything. I just say it, and then the rest of my family's like, I'm so sorry for my father.
Ugh, I roll.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So now we get to do my segment.
Okay, it's both of our segment. I like Magic too.
Okay, all right. Well, here we go.
Fine.
All right.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project than a magic trick? These questions and more answered now on the Magic Item of the Week here on Magic Talk.
Isn't our producer great?
Yeah.
He like all these really cool introduction stuff.
He's so peppy with it too.
I know. I love the part on the playing cards when he's like, "It's great for us." So, anyways, we are going to be talking about Magic Lotto. It is
Very first official
a
magic trick that we have produced.
yeah. See, White Rabbit Magic. So we're gonna do an unboxing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna expose what's inside
For
the
the
box
for the first time
for the
ever.
very first time.
I will unplug the internet if you go and reveal the secrets of this trick.
I am going to expose myself for the first time on the internet.
I doubt it's the first time.
Oh, you did it the first.
Oh
Maybe on the internet.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So the official unboxing. So this is called Magic Lotto, and it is a 5-card reveal. So it doesn't actually reveal all 5 cards at the same time, but
Nice box, by the way.
thank you.
You designed the box.
Are we not like professional to the nth degree?
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is like quality stuff.
Mhm.
So inside the box, you get a shrink wrapped package of this is actually 26 lottery tickets. Fred, if you wouldn't mind, around the corner on the table there is a lottery ticket.
Is there
That's
one?
sitting one right there. So we give you 26 pre-set lottery tickets that you can use with this effect, and we also perfect. So these are the lottery tickets. They have 5 scratches on them, and so it comes with 2 different reveals. You also get a deck of playing cards, but not just any deck of playing cards. This is a special deck, so I won't go into that, but it comes completely set up. No craft projects here. And then we give you a special pack of cards that go with the lottery tickets. And the most important part, the instructions on how to do it and where to go watch. Notice, Joshua, the video link and the password are blocked.
I'm so proud of you.
I know. Thank you. So that's everything that's in the box. So you get the 26 lottery tickets, and there are actually 2 sets in there of 13. So you get that, and they literally scratch off just like so.
Yep.
And so the idea behind this trick is that you tell people that we're going to test your luck. And so the way that we do magic, with magicians, we play the lottery, but we play with cards. So we ask them to pick 4 random cards, and then they scratch the tickets off, and hopefully they all match. And then you add up the value of the cards, and you deal down in the deck, and it reveals the one that's in the crystal ball. So you get
you did it right. The one that's underneath the crystal ball is the card that you land on.
Yeah, if you do it right, which took me a few tries in the video take, but that's okay. Now, one of the things I will tell you about this trick that I discovered is this is not the kind of trick that you do in a audience type setting. We just did a recent Spellbound show.
You mean a parlor type setting?
Yeah, we did.
People.
Right. We did a parlor show not too long ago. And so I did this, and people, when they're scratching, the person scratching sees everything, but the people in the audience are kind of like clueless as to what's really happening.
Yeah.
So it's really meant to do like at a table setting, like at a table hopping, or if you're in a crowd with 5 or 6 people surrounding you. This works great.
So the official recommendation is strictly close up.
Yes. Yeah, and we just went out and bought a shrink wrap machine just to be able to shrink wrap these for no other reason than we could.
Now you'll be shrink wrapping everything.
Yeah, well, what's really cool is now we can open up things, look at it, play with it, put it back in the box, and shrink wrap it.
Oh, so he just wants to cheat. That's all he wants to do.
All right.
One other quick thing, just to let everyone know. If you buy this trick and you think, wow, geez, it's only 13 for each reveal, what happens if I run out? We are actually going to be selling the refills for it. which you'll have a total of 50 refills, so 25 for each forcing set that you get. And I'm sorry I stole that from you.
Oh my gosh.
What? What'd I do?
I have to give a shout out to this person.
Why?
So, Millard Cook. He worked for us at Logos way back when we were doing the software company. And I believe he is now in New York, and he is actually watching us on Facebook. Well, now he just left because I called him out.
You know how to charm him,
But-
don't you?
But Millard, I'm giving you a shout out anyways. And by the way, your Facebook picture, you look like Santa Claus. So, yeah. So, yeah, I guess you don't
I'm sure
call.
he'll come back now.
I guess you don't call out people because they're like, oh, forget it, I'm gone. So,
I learned that in one of the shows that we had to do.
why?
We had to do, but I was trying to go and get people to come in, and I was basically calling them out, and nobody wanted to come up. So
Oh, yeah.
I was saying, one of the, who was it? A magician. I think it was the magician. His name was, it was Miggs.
Oh, okay.
Show with, and he gave me the recommendation. He said, hey, don't call people out, just say, hey, could you help me out, and then have them come up. So don't call anybody out, and then they won't leave you alone.
Yeah, so Joshua learned a very valuable lesson because when he was asking for a volunteer, unlike a magician's assistant, when he was asking for a volunteer, he said, I need someone to help. Would anyone like to help? And of course,
No one's gonna,
they're like, ugh. And so Miggs had suggested to him after the show, he said, just point to somebody and say, sir, would you mind helping me out?
Yeah.
And call them to it because otherwise nobody's going to do
They're
it.
not going to volunteer.
Yeah.
Everybody's shy.
Yeah. So, anyways, Brittany, what I noticed in one of your Facebook pictures, you were doing a theater show. I think you had a blonde wig on or whatever, and there was a little device right up here that looked like it was a lavalier. Is that how they make you in theater? Is they run the lavalier through the hair and up at the forehead?
You can. There's multiple ways. You can do cheek. You can do like Broadway. They have like Broadway. Their main actors have like 2 to 3 mics, and they're like different places, and like you don't see them.
Really?
I prefer to have it up here. That's just my preference because I don't like it on my cheek. I prefer it through the hair, and I've done multiple shows where even with my natural hair, I will like put it through my hair and like style it so I can put it that way.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think the one that you're looking at was probably from Young Frankenstein, the musical.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. And what's interesting is, I see magicians that wear the mic around the neck, and they put the it's like a wireless handheld mic around the neck. And it's kind of like, if you're going wireless, why strap on this big bulky thing?
Yeah, that's such an old school.
Yeah, and
necklace.
they still do it.
Yeah.
And then occasionally, what's that?
The harmonica brace.
Yeah. And then I've seen magicians that will still do the traditional stand mic with the cord, which traps you. I mean, you can't. You're like, okay, so. Now over, and it's just hard. And I always use a lavalier, and but we tuck ours kind of like right into the. We wear black shirts, so it just kind of like tucks right into one of the buttons. And the problem that we have though is when it's tucked in like that, sometimes it sounds like it's you're talking right. And so in that up here, I mean, it's nice, free and clear. And plus you must pick up other actors when they are doing their set or whatever, that might not be mic'd, right? It'll pick up kind of all around. So that's cool. All right. So out of everything you do, you ride horses, you puppeteer, you do theater, you dance, you do assistant. What captivates you the most? Like, what is the real passion?
I mean, I would probably have to say the one that started it all is musicals, musical theater. Since I was a kid, I've loved performing in musicals, and my mom took me to see Mamma Mia when I was 10 because she loved ABBA, and she was like, "Oh, let's go see this ABBA musical." And I, sitting in the audience, I was like, I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. And I had always been a singer because growing up, I'd always been singing, but I'd never thought about acting or dancing. And so it was like, this is what I want. And yeah, from there, it's just been an uphill climb. Broadway's the ultimate goal, but there's so many people that want to do that. And so it's, for me, I just want to be happy and performing. I don't really care if it's community theater, Broadway. I love it. It's what drives me.
We have Joshua has a younger brother. Happens to also be my son. It's
I
funny.
hope so. I really hope so.
I'm still trying to figure out how that all happened, but he's been doing musical theater since he was like 6 years old. He's only 17 right now, but he sings. He taught himself how to dance. He loves to sing. He's an amazing actor. He's just got a tremendous amount of talent. Because what we did was we held all the talent back from his three other brothers, and we gave it all to him.
Yeah, I know he's your favorite. You don't have to keep rubbing it in, especially when I'm right here.
Oh, you heard that? I
Just remember who goes and takes care of you when you're older now.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what though? I would not want to work with any other son other than Joshua.
Oh, now he's kissing up.
Yeah. And if my other sons are listening, I just said that to make him feel better. But anyways, so he right now he is teaching himself how to play piano and singing the Elton John "This Is Your Song" or whatever, or you can tell people whatever. What is that?
I think that's what it's called. This is your song.
This is your song.
I think it's called Your Song.
Your Song, yeah. So he's teaching himself how to play piano and singing that at the same time. And he's not playing it by chords, he's playing it by actual notes. So
chords are notes, Dad.
Nice.
well, okay, all right. But chords are easy, just
I
kind
know
of like
what you meant.
yeah. So he's
I know, I got what you meant.
Thank you, Brittany. Joshua just likes to pick on me.
Making up for all those years that I was made fun of on my April 1st birthday. Thank you.
Yes, I know. And by the way, Millard Cooks, I just got his text or his chat or whatever message thing on Facebook. I just figured out what it was because I was starting to read it, but then I didn't. It says, as the French folk song has it, the animals of the world are our friends, stuffed and non. So I guess that was kind of out to you, Brittany. So he's telling you it's okay. Stuffed friends are okay. They're
Thank
still
you.
our friends.
Yes. They are our friends. She's my friend.
You
I
go.
love her.
So Fred, do you have anything you'd like to ask that we haven't already asked and you don't take us back?
Gosh, I think she's covered it. I mean, when do you hope to pitch the show, Brittany? When are you guys hoping to get it up and going?
I mean, as soon as possible. We're right now we're kind of trying to find a rehearsal space, and that's kind of like the next step is finding that. But it's really hard because like we both work a lot, like on our other jobs.
Right.
So it's like finding time. We can only do like one day a week where we can practice, because our schedules clash. He works in the daytime and I work at night, so we never have time. But we're working on it. We're hoping to have something by the end of the year, or sooner. Like, I mean, the end of the year is coming up fast. Crazy. But yeah, so we're hoping to have.
If anybody wants to, if there's a venue out there that might have interest, is there tape somewhere on YouTube, a little clip of something?
No, Fred, we are going to be filming her demo.
Oh, you are.
Well, we haven't nailed it down yet, but
If they want, they might come out and film a show.
and they do a great job. They have a great setup, so they'll do a
Okay.
fantastic job. I know.
Well, we'll definitely have to discuss that, talk about it.
I'll take that 20 a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Actually, well, we didn't real quick, like I was like, oh, I haven't said how I met Fred.
I know how you met Fred. You met him at Knott's Berry Park Farm.
Yeah, we worked in entertainment there.
Yeah.
Huh? Am I insightful or what?
You are good. You've done your research.
I did. Like as soon as I saw Knott's Berry, I went, there's the connection with Fred.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Fred made a beautiful looking woman, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm tight in all the right places.
that shave.
That's a good way. Look at that. Well, hey, to each his own. I mean, it's good for something.
So
I mean, the summer before COVID, we all got to see Fred in the morning in his underwear coming out doing his thing.
Nothing go wrong doing that for a living.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris came out in the Oscars in his underwear.
It wasn't literal. It was like, but it was the 1800s underwear, so not really like underwear. It was full covered, like under.
Oh yeah, but that's more.
Neil Patrick Harris came out in tighty whities on the Oscars.
On the Oscars,
yeah. Yep.
Love him.
Oh, did he win?
No, he was the host. But he is great.
Win.
Now he's a magician, right?
Yeah, I have one of his magic games.
You do? Do you have his deck of cards?
I don't have his deck of cards.
Does he have a deck of cards?
He has his own deck of cards.
S311.
NPH. Yep. So you can go online at wr-magic.com and order your deck today.
Oh, very good.
Wonderful plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Nice plug. No, yeah, I'll have to check that out.
So, Brittany, what is your night job?
I can't really. It's not that I can't say, but I prefer not to because I actually work for a magician. But I can tell you guys afterwards. But it's kind of I don't want a bunch of people to know who I work for. At least not at this time. But I'll just say it's a pretty big thing. So, but not in a big way. I work on the side of this person, doing small projects for this magician. So, cool. Yeah.
And I have an idea. So, no, it's not David Copperfield. So, did you know that? Did you know that David Copperfield has a museum in Vegas?
I do. I do know that.
Did you know that it's a storefront of men and boys store? Yeah.
Yep. I do know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very cool.
It was his dad's shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Corby's was his. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact.
So, I heard that it used to be a lingerie shop.
Oh, Butchies?
Something like that. Yeah. Wasn't it something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. So a friend of mine just got to go through the museum, but they can't take pictures. So that's.
I heard that he's got a book coming out too.
He does.
Later this year, yeah.
We've been trying to get it in our store, but they're out of stock. So.
Okay.
But yeah, we've tried to get him on the show, but we decided that he wasn't quite big enough, so he passed.
That would be hard. That would be hard.
The top 5 out of the entire world of what is it, magic related? What are these things called again?
podcast
Yeah, that thing.
the thing you're on.
Well, I'm on video, and usually podcast it implies, talking, not
Yeah,
talking or watching.
sure.
We're breaking the rules a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, anything you want to add in closing, Brittany? Did you have fun?
I had a great time. This was so fun, and
Cool.
in the future, maybe once I start doing some more stuff, you guys have to have me come back on, and I can do updates or something.
Okay, yeah, and then you can tell us about the injuries that you've had from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just want to accumulate more injuries, and then you can come on, and we'll update all on that.
yeah.
Great.
My wife, when we were practicing back in that that whole time frame I was telling you about, we were practicing the cutting in 6, and I actually used sheet metal blades, and until I cut her in the eye because she didn't do what she was supposed to do, and so the blade hit her in the eye. And all of a sudden, we finish up, and I open up the box, and she's got blood running down her face,
wow.
and it was like, wow, that's so authentic. It,
You're like, good job, honey.
yeah,
good.
So we now use the pegboard, except it doesn't have the holes in it, but it's that pegboard material. So we use that as the blades. Yeah, we use that as the blades now. So, but yeah, there's some injuries that are coming your way.
Oh, and I don't do well with injuries. I'm not a blood person, so it'd probably be them opening a box and the magician's passed out.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You were doing the Halloween thing with all that gore and stuff. What do you mean you're not a blood person?
I know when it's real and when it's fake. Like when it's fake, I'm fine. Like I've Halloween stuff is not a problem for me. It's real. Like when I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an accident. Oh my gosh, I've cut myself. Like I panic.
Yeah. There was a time when we went to Vegas, we went 3 or 4 times. There was a year, we used to go about 3 or 4 times every year, but there was a year that every time we were leaving Vegas, there was a dead body on the freeway.
Huh.
It happened 3 or 4 times. And
they were just getting lazy, huh? They weren't even burying them in the desert anymore.
They left
dropping them off.
Yeah.
Off the
It was like, oh, this one's gone. Just toss them off other side. We'll let the clean up. Yeah.
The mob was,
they were busy.
Oh, no, the mob doesn't do that anymore. No.
Yeah, there were a couple times when we had the kids with us and we're shielding their eyes because there's a white blanket with a hand sticking out. And so, yeah,
you just told them it was a couch.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Apparently, stays on the freeway.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't leave. So, Brittany, it was great having you on. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
So we are going to close down the show, but stay on the air because I want to hear about who that magician is, and then I want to ask you about the picture. So.
Well, we're a bit of rehearsal and practice here. So, at the end of our
we're actually rehearsing.
Well, yeah, because we do it wrong every single time.
Okay. All right. Joshua gets very sensitive about this. Here, hold on.
What? Yes. See, now that is what we say at the end of this next audio recording. And it'll be prompted by our producer, Scott, where he says, okay, now say it with us. And then we say that.
Yeah. So you got to say, we believe in magic, but you got to say it with us, Brittany. Okay.
Oh, no.
So you have to say it 3 seconds before you're actually prompted to.
I'll try. I will try my best.
Okay. So let's see here. What do we got? All right. Anyways, Brittany, it was great having you on. You were a lot of fun. Let's do this again. Fred,
thank you, Brittany.
I'm sorry
Thank you, Fred.
wasn't able to come on.
Oh, that's okay.
But
they can look for my dress picture on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll put that up. That's not a problem.
Says you.
Joshua, as always, it's great to see you again. Every time I look at you, I feel like I'm looking in a mirror. So.
A mirror that makes you look younger. I suppose that is true.
That is true. All right, everybody. Thanks. don't forget, we got to do our part. So thanks, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the show. We will talk to you next week.
Abracadabra, hocus pocus, presto. Pick a card, any card. Some words are magic. They sparkle with the promise of something wonderful. But they're still just words until you add that something wonderful to the mix. And that's what you'll find at the White Rabbit Magic Shop in Santa Paula. Their inventory includes world-class tricks and illusions that are not only for sale, but that they will teach you to master. In addition, White Rabbit Magic Shop is world-renowned for its amazing collection of bicycle playing cards.
I'm sorry, I had to pause this for a second because it just made me think you two are just sitting there with these like beautiful smiles on. It's that's what an assistant does, isn't it? On stage, they just got to sit there and smile. So this is kind of like good practice for you. So, okay,
Great.
Here we go.
With nearly 500 decks in stock. So if you're serious about magic, then say it with us. At the White Rabbit Magic Shop, we believe
In magic.
Magic Shop.
That was
Located
horrible.
at
That was
Telegraph Road, Suite B15 in Santa Paula. For more information, please call 805-850-3051 or check us out online